Sergio Perez has had some great moments at Red Bull, but he is nowhere close to challenging his teammate Max Verstappen. Out of the big Red Bull family, Pierre Gasly has been one of the most successful. Is Gasly actually better than Sergio Perez? And why does Sergio have a position in Red Bull instead of Gasly? Stay tuned to find out. First up, a road paved in gold. Sergio Perez was introduced to racing when he was just a little boy. His father raced in the NASCAR Mexico Series, and Sergio wanted to do the same. After karting for many years, Sergio was ready to take the next step in racing, and so he moved to Europe to drive. Mind you, he was only 14 years old at the time, but he knew what he wanted. He was able to do this with the help of his family friend, Carlos Slim. He sponsored Sergio while he was still young, believing that he could go all the way to the top. Oh yeah, and Slim happens to be one of the richest people in the world. He's worth around $87 billion. When Sergio first entered Formula One, it was with Sauber, and Slim brought the sponsorship of the telecom giant Telmex as part of a deal to sign him. Now at Red Bull, one of Slim's companies, Claro, has become a big sponsor of the team. But even with all these sponsorship deals, Sergio has proven that he is a capable driver. Last year, he won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and had 4 podium finishes. But he still didn't come anywhere near Max Verstappen and scored less than half the points of his Dutch teammate. Perez is definitely the second driver at Red Bull, but he has also proven that he can be a good asset to the team. On several occasions, Perez fought hard to keep the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton behind him. This was crucial in the last race of the season last year, which allowed Verstappen to massively close the gap between himself and Hamilton. That's it, Sergio. There's no I in team. Next, the Red Bull Academy. For those who don't have Carlos Slim's kind of money, Red Bull's Young Driver program is the best chance they get. After Red Bull bought out Jaguar Racing in 2004, it assembled a dream team, including the mastermind engineer Adrian Newey and key advisor Helmut Marko. Helmut would also be the head of the Young Driver program. Since as early as 2001, Red Bull's junior program has been used to identify talent in junior racing and karting. They sponsor young drivers and help them develop through to Formula One. The success of this program is unbelievable. Some of the alumni include Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, and Alex Albon. 2 of these are world champions, and all of them are still racing in F1 today. The program is a great way for Red Bull to keep an eye on future talent, and it means that they don't have to worry about running any of the teams themselves. Instead, they give financial support to the teams that are willing to employ their drivers. Once drivers are finally ready to step up to the big league, they have some tests with a Red Bull F1 car. If all goes well, they can say hello to a shiny new contract at Red Bull's junior team, AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri, which used to be Toro Rosso, is used to test drivers and technology for Red Bull. If a driver can consistently perform in the junior team, then they are a much safer bet to try out at Red Bull. With all these levels, it sounds more like a school than an F1 team, but it works. What was Gasly's road to Formula One like? Is the second Red Bull seat cursed? And how did Red Bull decide to protect Max Verstappen? Don't go anywhere, because all of that is coming right up. Now, young gun Gasly. Unlike Perez, Pierre Gasly didn't have the backing of a billionaire. But one thing they do have in common is that both of their families come from motorsport. His mother and father competed in karting. And even further back, 2 of his grandparents were also karting racers. That's 3 generations of racing, so it's no surprise that Pierre got into the sport at a young age. He drove his first kart at the age of 6, and from then on, he was hooked. He grew up with current Formula One drivers Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon, and F2 driver Antoine Hubert, who tragically died in 2019. This generation of drivers coming out of France were all extremely talented, and Pierre was one of them. He came 3rd in the F4 French Championship, won the Formula Renault 2.0 Euro Cup, and then won the GP2 Series on his way to F1. In 2017, he made the big jump into F1 with Toro Rosso. And considering that Toro Rosso is Red Bull's junior team, he did pretty well. In his first full season, he finished the Bahrain Grand Prix in 4th place, which was 13 places above his teammate. It was the highest place finish of his season, but he had grabbed the attention of the Red Bull bosses. The next year, he had his chance to prove himself with the second fastest car on the grid. He stepped up to Red Bull to replace Daniel Ricciardo, who was leaving for Renault, but he just couldn't match the performance of his teammate Max Verstappen. And who can blame him? Verstappen was able to push his car to the absolute limit to compete with the Mercedes cars. Next, the cursed second seat. Throughout the 2019 season, Gasly looked uncomfortable in the Red Bull and performed even worse than he did at Toro Rosso. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner was not happy with him, and they demoted him back to Toro Rosso during the middle of the season and replaced him with Alex Albon. Albon was a little more consistent, but still had a lot of work to do to catch up to Max Verstappen. Just like Gasly, he wasn't doing too much better than when he was with Toro Rosso. In the final race of the year, Gasly outperformed Albon by 12 places. It was an exceptional drive by Gasly, and he beat Lewis Hamilton by just 0.06 of a second to claim second place. In 2020, Gasly went on to score his first race win in Italy, and when he did it, he was in a Toro Rosso, which had been renamed AlphaTauri. Albon had finished all the way down in 15th place for Red Bull. So, what was going on with that second Red Bull seat? While Verstappen has been there, every driver that has come in has failed to perform, and as Gasly has proven, they clearly have the ability to do well. Maybe it's the pressure of competing with Max Verstappen, or maybe Verstappen is just that much better than most of his peers. It could also be that the Red Bull is a tricky car to handle, and Verstappen is either more used to it or better able to adapt. What is clear for Pierre Gasly is that if he is ever given another shot with Red Bull, he'll have to find a way to compete with Verstappen. So why has Red Bull chosen Sergio Perez over Pierre Gasly? Perez comes with some nice sponsorship money, but Red Bull has never been short of cash, so that can't be the main reason. He's a solid driver. He consistently gets his car up into 4th and 5th place, manages a podium every so often, and can defend against Verstappen's rivals when he needs to. But this isn't too different from Alex Albon's results at Red Bull. For the past 2 years, Gasly has been on fire. He achieved some amazing results with the car of a junior team. He has well and truly shown that he is one of the best drivers on the grid. This is a problem for Red Bull. At the moment, Verstappen is their #1 driver and the reigning world champion. He delivers them the points, but they need to keep him happy. So if they add Gasly to the team again, there could be a little more friction this time. If Gasly is able to perform as well as he has for AlphaTauri, he would be challenging Verstappen for race wins. For now, it makes sense for Red Bull to protect their golden goose and stick with Sergio Perez. That's the safe choice, and if there's anything that Red Bull is masters of, it's strategy. Who do you think is the better driver between Gasly and Perez? Did Gasly get a fair opportunity to prove himself? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.